Connection established. Welcome, visitor. Log 254. Segment 1 retrieved. Initiating archival playback.
Fighter's Log, Year 819 AS. Log number 254. This is Cassius Interstellaris, Wing Commander of Zeta 21, Order Fighter Division. Ship designation, Alpha 1, the White Jackal. Mission status. Our directive is straightforward. On paper, Zeta 21 is to sweep the outer sectors of Omicron Minor, beginning at D7, where the Alaska jump hole resides, then proceed along the patrol line D7 to E7 to F7, and finally up to F2 for transition into Omicron Mu. A simple scout. A quick inspection of Mu's operational posture. Then a clean return to Toledo, cradle of the Order, and our fragile home amid the green storms of Minor. Routine, they say. But routine rarely survives first contact with the void. Entry 254.1. The calm before the storm. Cold winds swept across Toledo's glacial surface. Thin, metallic, almost surgical in how it bit through fabric and skin. Dawn never truly warmed this world. It only drew long, pale reflections across the ice, as if Toledo itself was remembering sunlight rather than receiving it. I descended the access ramp into the subsurface hangar. The heavy blast doors slid shut behind me, trapping the cold outside and replacing it with the familiar hum of geothermal generators. Amber lights cast long, slanted shadows across rows of Anubis-class fighters. Sleek silhouettes crouched as if listening for danger. My ship, Alpha 1, the White Jackal, waited at the far end. Frost clung to the underbelly like lingering ghosts from last night's patrol. A maintenance worker looked up as I approached, rubbing condensation from his gloves.
"Commander,"
he said, voice muffled.
"Just a heads up. Heard some strange bursts near the gate during last shift. Static spikes. Nothing long, but weird."
He tapped the docking clamps with the back of his knuckles.
"And these things are freezing again. One day they're gonna snap off."
I offered him a faint smile. Saimetu, my friend. Without fear. He didn't know the Latin, but he felt it. His face softened.
"Safe stars, Commandeer,"
he replied, before stepping aside. I moved along the catwalk toward the internal briefing suite. The door opened with a whisper of warm, sterile light. Row 1 stood alone, arms folded, studying shifting telemetry arcs on the holotable.
"Morning, Commander,"
he said.
"Minor anomalies at D7. Clean readings otherwise. Still no contact from the missing wing."
I joined him. The patrol line glowed. D7 to E7 to F7 to F2 to Omicron Mu. Routine. Supposedly. "Anomalies are rarely minor," I murmured. "Hidden nature resists, as Heraclitus said." The reference sailed past him, but he nodded anyway.
"I'll brief Row 2 and Row 3 when they get here."
"For their sake," I said quietly. "Let's hope time is still on our side." For a moment, the room felt suspended. No chatter, no movement beyond the walls. Just the quiet hum of projectors and the thin edge of unease sharpening the morning air. Entry 254.2. The wing arrives. Row 3 arrived first, half jogging, half sliding through the doors. His helmet was clipped wrong, bouncing against his chest as he saluted far too quickly.
"Commander, sorry, pre-flight checks ran long. I triple-checked the comm relays after the anomalies report.
Before I could answer, Row 2's voice echoed down the corridor.
Relax, rookie. Universe isn't ending before breakfast.
Row 2 entered with his usual gravitational pull of bravado. Helmet tossed onto the hollow table with a thud. Posture loose. Eyes bright with mischief.
Traffic in the lower hangar was a frozen mess. Blame the loaders, not me.
I folded my hands behind my back. Discipline does not fluctuate with temperature, Row 2. Or nerves, Row 3. Both straightened immediately.
Row 1 brought up the tactical display again. Our route painted in clean blue lines.
Our primary objective, I told them, is the D7 corridor. Confirm stability, scan for anomalies, then proceed E7 to F7 to F2, and transition to Omicron Mu. Row 3 swallowed.
Still no word on the missing wing?
None, I said. Stay sharp.
Row 2 leaned forward.
And the alien gate at G4? We ignoring it today or pretending it's scenery?
We respect its distance, I said. We observe from afar. No curiosity. They nodded. Our task, I concluded, is simple. Scout, observe, report. Prepare your ships. We launch in 10.
Entry 254.3. Launch.
The hangar shifted from morning quiet to controlled chaos as launch hour approached. Engines whined through warm-up cycles. Clamps trembled as hydraulics released, and faint vapor trails curled across the deck. Zeta 21's fighters, one rookie and two veterans, orbiting my steadiness, glowed in the dim light like steel-jawed hounds waiting for the leash to fall away. I climbed into Alpha 1, the cockpit sealed with a clean, pressurized hiss. One by one, systems awakened. Avionics, reactor feed, inertial dampeners. Each indicator sliding from amber to reassuring green.
Zeta 21, status check,
I said.
Row 3 stammered through the noise.
Row 3, ready, mostly. Reactor stable. Now it is.
Row 2 cut in with a snort.
As long as you don't park it into a glacier, you'll be fine.
Row 3 muttered.
Glaciers are on the planet, sir.
Exactly.
Row 2 replied. I ended the drift of banter.
channel discipline. We launch in formation.
The floor shutters retracted, revealing the vertical ascension shaft. Anti-grav rails hummed beneath us as one by one the fighters lifted toward the upper exit. Pale green nebula glow leaked through the widening doors.
Then we were free. Omicron Minor opened around us. Toledo's white sphere glinting beneath a haze of fractured ice reflections. The green nebula curling like silent storms above. Asteroids drifted in slow shadows. The distant yellow star cut through the mists like a blade.
Form up.
I ordered.
Delta wedge.
They took position. Row 1 with practiced precision. Row 2 drifting wide before correcting. Row 3 surging too far forward and braking hard.
Easy.
I told him.
Flying is a dialogue, not a sprint.
Copy.
He said. We angled toward D7.
Zeta 21 en route.
I transmitted to Toledo control.
Beginning patrol.
Silence followed. Operational. Comforting.
Entry 254.4. Gate encounter.
Sector D7 was uneventful. Quiet in a way that bred unease rather than comfort. Even Row 2 stopped talking. We glided along the patrol line into E7, then F7. our engines a steady hum against the drifting ice and thick green fog.
Calmest flight I've had in weeks.
Row 2 muttered. Row 1 countered.
Don't provoke the void.
As we rose toward F5, the Omicron Delta jump hole shimmered faintly between fractured asteroid spires. This was the last known location of the missing wing. Now silent. No transponders, no debris, not even ion trails. Row 3's voice dropped.
Negative readings across all channels. Nothing at all.
Row 2 exhaled.
They didn't vanish. Something's wrong. We stay focused,
I said.
Proceed to F2.
Then it hit. Sharp, angular, wrong. A spike on my sensors.
Commander,
Row 1 said quickly.
getting an energy surge. Vector, G4.
Where the alien gate slept. Or watched. I keyed comms.
Toledo Command, Zeta 21. Detecting anomalous spike near G4. Moving to verify.
Toledo Command replied.
Copy Zeta 21. Maintain caution.
The fog deepened as we approached. Then the gate emerged. A crescent wound carved into space, pulsing once with a soundless ripple, but set the hull's frame thrumming.
Contact!
Row 1 snapped.
Rabisu signatures.
3 Nomad fighters erupted from the haze, trailing blue luminescence.
Engage. Clean sweep.
Zeta 21 broke formation in a practiced spiral. Row 2 looped wide to split the pack. Row 1 slid under a warform and fired a controlled burst into its flank. Row 3 overcorrected, too fast, but I rolled in to intercept the third Rabisu, firing 2 precise shots that bursted apart in violet fire. The first Nomad detonated. The second dissolved into drifting particles. The third twisted violently before flashing out of existence.
Targets neutralized.
Row 1 confirmed. Log the shimmer. Transmit the data.
I said. Row 3's voice trembled.
Commander, did the gate react to us?
Unclear.
I said.
We're finished here.
Under my breath, I invoked a quiet Greek mantra. Epthetis enkindinoi. Steadiness in danger.
Zeta 21.
I called.
Resume course to F2.
We turned from the gate, swallowed again by the emerald mist. Entry 254.5. Discovery of Core Fleet. We reached F2 just as Toledo Command broke the silence.
Zeta 21. Ravisu encounter logs received. Stand by.
Static. A short pause. Then,
Commander Interstellaris, divert course to F5. Long-range scans show irregular energy signatures, possibly related to your missing wing.
I banked the white jackal sharply.
Zeta 21. Change of plans. Return to F5. Eyes open.
The nebula swallowed us again. Green fog curling in slow, liquid coils around drifting asteroids. Our sensors swept clean. No wreckage. No comm fragments. Not even ionized dust. Row 2 eventually broke the tension.
If they found something in Delta, maybe they ran.
Row 1 replied.
Or they didn't run fast enough.
I kept my tone level.
Row 3. Quick scout through the Omicron Delta jump hole. No more than 5 clicks. Report immediately.
Row 3 peeled toward the shimmering hole, his Anubis flickering blue as he passed through. Then we waited. 5 minutes. 8. 10. Then, Row 3 erupted back through the hole at full burn, thrusters flaring white.
Commander! Commander!
His breathing drowned comms.
I saw core ships. Fleet.
Row 2 barked.
Relax, rookie. Core doesn't bite unless provoked.
Enough.
I said.
Row 3. Clear report.
He swallowed hard.
3 battleships. 3 battle cruisers. Dozens of fighters. Maybe more. Vector aligns with Omicron Minor. Sending logs now.
Data flooded my console. Dense formations. Unmistakable core architecture. I transmitted immediately.
Toledo Command, Zeta 21. Confirm large core fleet in Delta. Vector intersects Minor. Forwarding logs.
Command's reply was immediate.
Zeta 21 acknowledged. Continue to F2 and proceed to Omicron Mu. Other assets will investigate Delta. Maintain course.
Row 2 exhaled.
So we ignore the Armada on our doorstep?
Orders stand,
I said.
Form up.
We turned toward F2. Silent shadows gliding through the green haze. The weight of Row 3's discovery pressing coldly against every breath. Entry 254.6. Transition to Mu. We cut through the nebula without a word. Even Row 2, who could fill a vacuum with commentary, kept quiet. The green drifts of Minor curled against our canopies as though listening. The jump holes shimmered ahead like an icy wound.
Zeta 21. Accelerate.
One by one, we plunged through.
The transition snapped us across the void, disorienting and immediate, and we emerged into Omicron Mu, Sector C7. The nebula here was thinner, stretched almost translucent under the orange illumination of the system star. Patrol beacons blinked in steady intervals.
An order patrol broke formation and intercepted us. Weapons charged, but not locked.
This is Delta 4. Identify.
Zeta 21 from Minor, I replied.
Transition complete. Passing through Mu. Copy. You're early. Unscheduled developments,
I said carefully.
Be advised. Potential core movement out of Delta. Large signatures.
The patrol pilot hesitated.
We've had no such reports. Forwarding to Carthage.
I nodded.
Do so.
Another voice leaked through their channel, distorted.
And Commander, Thebes is still undergoing checks. She's not ready.
Not encouraging.
Understood. Zeta 21 will proceed.
We slipped deeper into Mu. Engines humming in tight formation. The quiet between us, heavy with what we'd seen in Delta.
Entry 254.7. Visit to Carthage and Thebes. Carthage lay deep within the Wall of Seth, a region of folded dust veils, particulate storms, and sensor scatter that made the strongest scanners feel half-blind. Our patrol route did not include it.
Still, the idea hung there.
Row 2 voiced it first, predictably.
So, we're practically halfway through Mu already. Would be a shame not to see Carthage. And Thebes. I mean, it's Thebes. When's the next time we're this close?
Row 1 didn't even look up from his readings.
That detour adds 8 hours. Command expects us back on Toledo. No deviations.
Row 3, still shaken from Delta, spoke more quietly.
With a core fleet moving, maybe we shouldn't wander.
Row 2 scoffed.
Come on! One look at Thebes. A future carrier like that? Worth a morale boost.
He wasn't entirely wrong. Thebes was more than metal. She was symbol, strength, future. And Zeta 21 needed something to anchor themselves to. Especially after staring down a core armada. I made the decision.
Zeta 21,
I said.
Adjust course. We visit Carthage.
Row 1 exhaled sharply.
Disapproval, discipline, but also acceptance.
Understood.
Row 2 muttered.
Knew it!
Row 3 fell silent, tension easing by a fraction.
The nebula thickened around us, curling into jagged shapes that twisted our sensor returns. Radiation scatter spiked. Normal for Seth, but unsettling.
Passive scans fluctuating.
Row 1 reported.
Expected.
I said.
Stay close. Don't rely on instruments alone.
Through veils of particulate dust, Carthage finally emerged. A hulking industrial structure, half hidden in shimmering haze. Lighting panels flickered along its spines,
And beneath it, suspended in scaffolding and construction lights, hung Thebes. Even half-built, she was unmistakable. A carrier's bones. A promise taking shape.
Carthage Control, this is Zeta 21, requesting short observational dock.
a delay.
Zeta 21. Flight plan does not authorize docking. This creates operational delay.
I understand.
I replied.
Be advised, we observed a large core fleet in Delta. Visual confirmation of Thebes' readiness may impact strategic considerations.
Silence. Then
Docking granted. 5 minutes only.
We latched onto a lower maintenance ring. The airlock cycled open into a corridor of half-lit metal and vibrating machinery. 2 engineers were arguing fiercely nearby.
It's misaligned again. 6 degrees.
It's the particulate interference. Seth scrambles the readings.
You always blame Seth.
Row 2 smirked. Row 1 visibly resisted the urge to correct them. Row 3 kept his eyes down. We moved past them toward the observation viewport.
there she was.
Thebes hung like a skeleton of steel and purpose, her armor plating only half installed, her engines cold and bare-boned, construction drones drifting along her spine. She was not ready, not close. But even unfinished, she radiated intent. Row 1 murmured, almost reverently.
Plating at 40%.
Row 3 added.
Engines weeks from full burn capacity.
Row 2 crossed his arms, the bravado momentarily stripped away.
She'll be a beast.
She'll be needed.
I said quietly.
More than a ship. A hope. We undocked and slipped into Seth's shifting mist again. Hours passed in heavy silence across Mu, the weight of the future carrier hanging with us. Once the jump hole appeared, Minor's familiar green haze pulled us in.
We emerged and slowly cruised toward Toledo. Beautiful, icy, fragile.
Zeta 21.
Came the call from control.
You are 8 hours off schedule. Report to command upon landing.
Row 2 muttered.
Knew this was coming.
We descended. Engines cooled. Hangar doors sealed behind us, and the calm of yesterday was gone.
Segment 1 concluded. Additional fragments detected. Proceed to Segment 2, unless hesitation is your recreation. Disconnecting from the database.